Hello everyone, welcome back to Analog IAS Prelims High Yielding Series for Prelims 2020, and the topic for this video is climate change and carbon sequestration. So as you all know, due to anthropogenic activities or man-made activities, what is naturally present in atmosphere, that is carbon dioxide, kept on increasing ever since 1750, that is industrial revolution. Therefore there was a need to recapture this carbon and store it in our atmosphere. This process is called carbon sequestration. So recently there was a report by the Institute for Applied Systems and Analysis. So it published a journal and tried to show how ecosystem processes are crucial for carbon sequestration. In various advanced economies and especially Scandinavian countries like Norway, Sweden, etc., there are various technologies which are focusing on how to recapture this carbon and enforce that carbon sequestration mechanism. For example, there has been a technology which captures this carbon dioxide, excess carbon dioxide, and stores it underground in the form of rocks. But that is an artificial process. If we let our ecosystems do the actual functioning, carbon sequestration is more or less a natural mechanism. So as to speak, that is exactly how carbon cycle functions. So there can be a probable question which says that carbon dioxide is the gas that is responsible for climate change. Now we can't say this is a true statement because carbon dioxide is not responsible for climate change. It is naturally present in atmosphere, and if its concentration increases, only then it is a problem. So it is the most commonly produced greenhouse gas, that is true. So therefore carbon sequestration is the process of capturing and storing atmospheric carbon dioxide because it is the most commonly produced greenhouse gas. So this method of reducing the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere with the goal of reducing global climate change has been the focus of various sequestration technologies. And it is in this context IPCC estimated that the mitigation potential from reducing deforestation and land degradation, mind you, these are natural processes through which sequestration happens. These are very uncertain, but even in the best case scenario, they only account for a sixth of annual energy sector transmissions alone. So this underlines the point that we are polluting the environment in such a way that atmosphere is not in a position to cope with this problem. So it is in this context that IPCC has also maintained that forests alone do not continue to sequester. So it is in this context that IPCC also mentioned that forests do not continue to sequester carbon indefinitely, and they noted a point that any sequestration gains are at risk from future loss because there is a disturbance in the form of a flood. There can be a disturbance in the form of a drought, fire, pest outbreaks, or even poor management in the future. So the world has seen a spectacular example of this risk in the recent Australia and Brazil forest fires, wherein a large amount of forests have been burned down for months together. So the evidence of uncertainty of estimates of carbon stored in forests is mounting. And there was also a study from the University of Queensland last year. So what does this study say? Greenhouse gases from damage to tropical rainforests are being underestimated. Therefore, the bottom line here that we have to note is we cannot expect magically to ensure carbon sequestration natural mechanism takes up all the excess carbon that we are creating. The rate of greenhouse gases that we are actually adding to the atmosphere is not in tune with how much the nature can absorb. So this is the major problem. So just by advocating deforestation as a mechanism, we cannot restore the carbon sinks. What actually ensures change in our consumption energy pattern that will impact the reduction in greenhouse gases emission. So all this is a part of mitigation. Carbon sequestration can at best be mitigation or a temporary fix. What we have to ensure is move towards sustainability in such a way that greenhouse gas emissions reduces. That is the bottom line established by this report. Let us have a look at this question. Natural sources of carbon dioxide include most animals which exhale carbon dioxide as a waste product. That is true. Carbon dioxide is exhaled as a waste product in animals and also human beings. Second option is a decrease in forest carbon sinks could further contribute to climate change. This is very obvious because the agenda of the article or the topic that we have just discussed is not to say that deforestation and encouraging afforestation will not help. We are only saying that it will not be sufficient to ensure that afforestation or in general forests take up all the excess carbon that we are creating. So therefore even this statement is right. Answer is C, both. Now why are we saying that it will further reduce or further decrease carbon sinks? There can be extreme climatic events because they are not in a position to take up additional sinks. But what if there are extreme climatic events like floods? We have already discussed this in the video. Therefore both is the answer. So please pause the video and try to attempt this question.